Hello and welcome to MagicGatheringStrat. I'm Brennon. Here is the deck that we're going to be talking about. This is the version 2. I know I'm zooming through it kind of fast, but in the article everything's there. Here's the sideboard. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through several of the matches that I went through. And most of them weren't actually matches, just single game events. But I think it'll showcase where it excels and where it lacks. So let's go ahead and start with this one. Okay. Lost the die roll. And again, always be polite. Okay. Kept this. It's a pretty good hand. We have Visionary and Prism and Flicker, Trinket Mage. We're doing good. Oh, we also have 3 guild gates, so we're just fine on mana. Okay, he played a swamp. Guild gate. Always try to get those guild gates out as quickly as possible. Which I think we may actually be overrunning on guild gates, because there's so many times in mid game where you want untapped lands. Now I know that's where Trinket Mage can come in, which is fine, but we need guild gates, but we have so many. We also have several ways to get them, so I think we can actually look at that number. Okay. He plays a mountain and loots. Ah yes, I remember this deck. Good old Dragon Breath. So what this tells you right away is he's a reanimator deck. What he's looking for is a large creature, specifically one of 6 mana cost or greater. I think these decks spend way too much time trying to get Ulamog's Crusher out. They're so fragile. They loot and loot and loot until they get Ulamog, and I think there's so many good 6-drops. I don't know why they bother with that one, but they do, and you'll see it in this one because he goes through. I want to say I almost didn't bother recording this one because well, you'll see. He tries to get an exact win, like he wants to win in one shot. I think that's kind of a waste, because I believe there are times when he has things in his deck that, or he could have had things that would have gotten us right away. Anyway, drew. I have the Cyrulean. At this point, I can play the Vault next, get this Flicker. We can gain pretty much as much life as we want. So let's keep going, see what happens. Oh, he loots again. I'm very surprised. There's another one. Dragon's Fangs. This one gives trample. So he has the ability to give them not only haste, but trample, and to pump them up. Draw a card, reveal it. If it isn't the land, discard it. That's an interesting card. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Or if I have, I do not remember it. Draw a card, reveal it. If it isn't the land, discard it. Neat. There's some green mana for him. Okay. Yep. I do the Cyrulean. Attack for 1. Yep. Attack for 1. So we're at 27. So he's going to have to do considerable damage at this point. Grizzly Salvage. Okay. Golgari. See, there's the Exhume. And there's Dragon Shadow. I had seen other reanimator decks with the Breath and the Teeth, but this is the first time I've seen Dragon Shadow. Obviously, same idea, 6 mana cost, adds, and this one's Fear. So not only does it have trample, but it has Fear. That is troublesome. Exhume. He put the Gruul Guildgate in his hand. So my awesome 1 damage. And he faithlessly loots. discards a guild gate and a mulch, which is fine. Okay. Now we have a gate creeper. I'm just going to go ahead and attack. Reclaim. Put target card from your graveyard on top of the library. He does exhume, which makes complete sense, because what he's trying to do is just use the exhume so he doesn't have to pay the casting cost, which is fine. Trinket Mage. Executioner's Capsule. Because knowing that this is a Reanimator deck, and I know what he's going to try to do, the one thing I have against him right now, there's two things in there. There's the Executioner Capsules, and there's also the Spell Bomb. Both of which pretty much wreck his day, which is fine. Gives us a little extra time. He sees that I have the Executioner's Capsule. He's going to try to faithlessly loot again. Puts away 2 exhumes. Alright, must mean he has a third somewhere in there. Go ahead and attack. We attack for 5 with our super scary creatures. He Doomblades. Oh, but what do I have? Ghostly Flicker. So, I still have Executioner Capsule mana open. Ghostly Flicker. Gain 7 life, so we're at 34. Yes, I want to use the ability. Always want to use the ability. And he quits. GG. He knows that I can go ahead and get a Spell Bomb or any mana that I need. I think he should have kept going, even though I could have killed one if he'd had another one. Which, if he's only running one large creature, that's... I don't think it's a very safe method. His whole deck would be suspect. But again, I think they should run more. Try to go for 6 drops, because look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 6 mana in his hand. He could have hard cast anything that's 6 drop, and there's plenty of good 6 drops at this level. Or heck, 7 drops. Alright, that's it for this one. Pause for a moment while I move on to the next game. Okay, this is actually with Greystone. I hope you've read some of his articles also on the site. He does good work, makes good videos. We were both areas where it said, hey, it's me. This is the first time that we've played against each other. Now, this deck, it happens to be, as you can tell, a variation of Hex Chant. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that we're out there, we meet each other, we haven't met formally. It's a big magic world out there. Anyway, this just goes through, and it's just a Hex Chant deck. He's doing a deck, and it's Contaminated Ground. He basically tries to deny mana. Does a pretty good job of it, but once I get going, that's about it. Anyway, I just thought that one was interesting. It's a small world, and you may think that we're all sitting in a big room and coming up with these articles. We don't even know each other. So anyway, that's a little insight. Alright, now we're back to the usual gates. He played an Evolving. I played a Golgari. Again, it's that same deck that he was using earlier, which I wanted to do this for the article, but it's a little unfair because all of his enchants add negatives to either your creatures or your lands, but Ghostly Flicker gets rid of all of it. So this might be an unfair matchup. He's pondering, looking for what he needs. Play that. I'm going to go ahead, Gate Creeper. And since we have 2 Gate Creepers, we're set on mana. We don't even have to worry about it from this point forward, unless he had some kind of land destruction we didn't know about. So, let's do this. Psychic Venom. I haven't seen that card in a long, long time. I don't even remember what set that came out of. Oh, they released it in one of the Masters sets. But anyway, got used on me a long time ago. Green mana, go ahead and take the 2 damage because I want to get a card, see what I get. Oh, there's some more mana. We're doing good. He goes through, he plays Scarecrow. This is pretty good. It has Defender, it's a decent body on there, and it gives everything flying -1. Now we only have, well, we have 2 flyers. We have the Mole Drifter and the Worm Fang. Go for blue. So I can cast the double blue. Sinister Possession. Oh no, if it blocks I take 2 damage. Same with Contaminated Bond. Whoa, 3 life. Wonder what's more efficient to play. Well, anyway, that's a debate for another time. Alright. Then I flicker. Get the land. Yes, I want to use that ability. Anyway, the whole concept of his deck, which I'm sure he's writing an article about, is to make it impossible for you to do anything. So, what I want to do is go ahead, play the Wormfang. He Doomblades. Doesn't matter to me. Guess verdict. That's fine. But unless he had an unsummon, it wouldn't have really mattered. So I take the Gate Creeper and put another one out there for good measure. Yes, use the ability. Yes, get land. Stab Wound. Oh no. And I start taking a decent amount of damage from the Stab Wound, which is another great card to play in this kind of self-hate deck. I don't even know what he calls it. We didn't really talk about it, but it is pretty neat. Bone Splitter, Flicker, everything's good. Now here you can actually see what we talked about last time, the Wormfang triggers. So you have the Wormfang, put the sacrifice it on bottom, and then I put the next one, which was the Leaves Battlefield ability. And then I also, since I flickered the Trinket Mage, go ahead and use the Trinket Mage. Yes. Get Executioners. Yes. Bring it back, which is pretty cool. And see, since he came off the Wormfang trigger, he's going to land. I'm going to use his ability. Yes, grab land. And the next ability, I'm just going to grab that. So I'm still suffering from the -1 from there, but it's okay. Let's see what we got. He can't attack because it's only a 2/3 and Defender. Okay. Oh no. Contaminated Bond. I will take 3 damage each time something happens. So, now what we have is pretty much an infinite loop. I can play the Cyrulean, I can also play the Archaeomancer and get the flicker back, and once that happens, there's the infinite loop that we have, which I do. And since he has no, I guess he could have that one double black counter spell if I took 5 damage, but I would go ahead and take it because I'm going to get 7 back after doing that. Got the the flicker. What did I do? Oh, yeah. I went ahead and did this so I could get the flicker back. Since I'm not in any immediate danger of losing a bunch of life, and it gets rid of his enchant. And again, it is a pretty awesome ability with the Worm Fang. I think it goes perfectly with what we got going on. I take the Archaeo, so now every time I flicker this, Psychic Venom, another Scarecrow, so he's only at 1. But then I have Bone Splitter, so he's back at 3, and attack. And gain life. And that's it. He knows it's over. He's out of cards. I can just keep going infinitely, gaining infinite life, doing infinite damage. Well, not infinite damage from the triggers, but there's not a lot to stop at this point. So, anyway, good game. Gonna pause for the next one. Okay, here we are against Burn Razamon. I don't think I said anything in this one. Shame on me. Play my Guildgate. Lightning bolts me. Chain lightning. Alright, Lava Spiked first. Then Chain Lightning. I'm feeling okay at this point because I can put another Guildgate. And then I have 2 untaps, so 3 untaps at this point that can come in. So I'm not excuse me, too worried. So once I reach 4 mana, unless he can do a severe amount of damage, which Burn can do. Because right now, so I put that out because I know I can't really play anything else effectively. I could have put Gate Creeper, I guess, but there's no real reason to. He's not going to do anything to it. But go ahead and get the mana, get it out of the way. Grab a gate. Okay. Okay. No, he has 2 mana. It is possible if he had, let's see, he could do Lightning Bolt, and then do the Fire Blast, which would do 10. I'd be down to 1. Let's see what happens. Lightning Bolt, Rift Bolt, which gives me a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and put that out there. Heck yes, I want that 7 life badly. So I'm up at 15. Now at this point, it would take quite a lot from his 2 mana. Not to say it's impossible. Rift Bolt. Targeting me. Searing Spear, targeting me. Feeling pretty good about it right now. Go ahead and attack for 2. And I cast the Worm Fang. Now, I exile the Gatekeeper, and I don't think he read the card. Because at this point, I go ahead and attack. If I were him, I would have just taken the damage, but no. He Fire Blasts, which I think was a huge mistake. Like I said, I don't think he read the card, because as soon as he does that, I gain 7 life, and I'm back to 16. And then I'm at 23. He has no mana, and I'm going to be hitting him for 4 rounds. Yeah, he gave up. That was a huge mistake, doing the Fire Blast on my guy when I was only going to do 3 damage. That was silly. I guess he thought maybe I had giant growths or some other form of growth in there, which I guess so, but I'd really not shown any evidence of that, considering the way my guys are set up. Anyway, that was that round. Okay, here's one. I won the die roll, and I mulliganed. So I have 6. I think that's pretty good, because look, we have 1 more mana, any kind of mana, and we have our infinite combo. So I think this is a pretty good keep. Play it. Alright. Plains, no first turn action. Look at that. Ubulsar, feeling good. Lilcathar. Alright. There's 3 mana. Okay. He has 3 mana. Plays the Razor Golem. That could hurt if it starts hitting every turn, so I take 2 from the Cathar. Executioner's Capsule. Of course I want to play it, because that Golem is terrible. I go ahead and crack it, kill the Golem, but I did not hit land. That begins to worry me, because he now has 4. He's going to go ahead and equip that. Attack for 4, so I'm down to 14. Wormfang, I can't cast anything. I'm sitting dead at 3 mana. That is the thing I worry about with this, because if we don't hit either an Elvish Visionary or a Gate Creeper, we're going to be stuck. Even an Elvish Visionary or a Gate Creeper would have kept us a little bit more into this game. Because now he does this, brings back his mana, he does that at 8. I got nothing. And maybe I quit too soon, but he's going to do 8. And then even if I got 1 more mana, the 8 would put me down to 2. I could have gone maybe back up to 9. I don't know. Maybe I quit too soon. Maybe that was on me. But I just did not feel that I had any real chance. Because what if the next mana I got was a gate? Then I have no time to do anything, even on the next turn. It just did not feel that this was winnable. And he was still at 20. Alright. Well, there you go. It does not win every time. Let's move on to the next one. Alright. He won the die roll. Here's the hand I kept. I think it looks decent. Some decent action in there. Because we can Visionary and Bone Splitter if we have to. Put that out. I go ahead and play my, because it's Cloud Post. Now, Cloud Post, Cloud Post, Cloud Post. I don't think we have any chance whatsoever, but I'm going to keep playing it out, because you never know. I have 2 untapped lands, so I figure I can go ahead and Elvish Visionary. Next turn. Oh, look at that. Ghostly Flicker. How awesome. Okay, puts out a Glimmer Post, gains 2 life. So, my turn. Equip. Guess I could have just flickered to try to get that next one. Since he wasn't really doing anything. That could have been a better move. Another Glimmer Post. Alright. Blue deck gaining life. Awesome. Attack. Trinket Mage. I was waiting for that. I'm sure his hand is full of... And it's Izzet Post. At this point, I know it's just a waiting game. I'm going to try to attack. But in the end, I know he's just gonna, yep, there's a lightning bolt. Put that out just in case he plays something, which I'm pretty sure he's not. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna counter this? Oh, of course he is. And he counters it for just enough, which is fine. Have our KOs and flickers. But as we know, it won't matter. Because if he's sitting on any kind of counter spell, he will have infinitely enough mana to do whatever he wants. Our KO, there's nothing to bring back, so I just equip it with a Bone Splitter. But because it only has 2 life, it dies. And again, just go ahead. And you'll notice during this match, I don't draw any, not one, Gatekeeper. The deck is full of them, and I never draw one. So Wormfang, it doesn't really matter, he kills it. I try to flicker it, he double kills it. I go ahead and draw. Oh, more land. He attacks me for 1, which I do not know why. What point did he have in attacking for 1? Because at this point he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 15, 22 mana. He hits the torch, he hits Rolling Thunder, it doesn't matter. He can just blow me out of the water. I guess he's thinking since I do have blue, I might have a counter spell. So maybe he's trying to get me down slightly. And there's Capsize. That's mighty nice of him not to have the Storm card. Okay, there it is. There's Rolling Thunder. Yeah, it was a waiting game. And I kill him out of spite. Anyway, there you go. As was discussed in the comments, this does not hold up well to post. Okay, last match in this Battle Royale. I believe this is against another white weenie deck, which pretty much goes to show you that the decks that we all thought this would be good against, it's good against, and the decks we thought it'd be terrible against, it's terrible against. So all of our predictions have come true. Any mulligans to 5. That's definitely in our favor. There's the plains, Bone Splitter. Now he has a pretty strong opening, but I have the ability to cast the capsule, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. I go ahead and put out more land, just waiting for the Ubulsar. There he is. There's a Loyal Cathar. It's an awesome card. He equips it. It's a 4/2 Vigilance with basically Undying, not really. It's kind of the neat card. This card flips. Now, if you haven't been told or you don't know, after the card flips, 2 things. When it dies, if it goes in the graveyard, if you get rid of it, it won't flip. When it comes back, if it's on your side, if you can somehow flicker it or cloud shift, it will go back to the other side. Just like if you flicker or cloud shift a card that you've played face down, and if you don't want to pay the morph cost, or you can't pay the morph cost, you can actually just flicker it or cloud shift it or whatever you want to do, and it will actually flip to the correct side. Very handy trick. Anyway, I play land. I go ahead and play the Ubulsar, get rid of him. There's a Cathar again. He's going to equip it and come at me. I decide to go ahead since I have another Gatekeeper. May as well get rid of the threat. It's possible he could have used the armor spell and protected him from black, and that would have been, you know, bad on me. But as fate would have it, I draw another Ubulsar. So I play it. It doesn't make sense to give him a free shot at overhead 4 damage. Anyway, he journeyed to nowhere my Ubulsar, which is fine. That is a good use of that card. I go ahead and gain my 7 life. But as you can see, I do not have enough mana up right now to do the capsule. But that's okay. I can wait till my turn. Here's where it gets interesting. I now have 4 things I need to deal with, and only one really good way to deal with it. Because what he's going to do is just equip one of these, attack with both, and I have to be able to stop it. And 3 points of damage every round, or 4, is not good. So I go ahead, I attack, maybe he'll block. Seems ridiculous. Alright. So, now the downside to Bone Splitter. Equipping is sorcery speed, so I know exactly which one to go for. So I wait for him to attack, he declares attackers, and during the block step, I kill it. Now, he may have just been baiting me because I believe, yes, there it is, the Razor Golem. It's a 3/4. There's another Squadron Hawk. Now, I don't know why he equipped it to that. Doesn't make a lot of sense. He seems to have plenty of mana. Anyway. So, here's my plan. I go ahead and Ubulsar. Kill this one. Nothing's equipped. And my intention is to double block when he attacks with this, because I assume he's going to Bone Splitter the Razor Golem. So I'm going to double block. He can only kill 1, unless he has some decent pump spell or Sun Lance or something to that effect, which is fine. I'm still not going to take the damage, although I guess I could. I have 26. But the reason is, so I block both. He actually does Prismatic Strands for black, so his guy lives. He kills the life gain. I don't know if that was correct. If he's seen anything like this before, the 2 damage, maybe he just assumed that -2/-2 was never going to hurt his Razor Golem. Anyway, I guess it's an okay move. I go ahead and cast the Mole Drifter. Cast the Gate Creeper. Get a land. Okay. He's going to attack with... Okay. Now, there's not a lot he could be bluffing with. I mean, a few things, I guess. But this... I guess since it has vigilance, it's okay. But the odds of me having a pump spell... Look, I have blue and black and green. That seems silly. Anyway, I am going to block the Squadron Hawk, because that is easy. See, right now, if I had a Disfigure, his one attacker at this point would be gone. I would not have attacked there. So anyway, kind of fast forwarded through that. He plays the Leonin, and he plays Squadron Hawk. Equips this one. Still has this guy. That's a decent amount of damage. 3, 7, 8. I'm still at 25, he's still at 18, but that's fine. So I play my land. I go ahead and play the Wormfang, and here's my grand scheme. I'm going to block this. I want it to kill this, because this guy's going to kill this guy's going to come back, kill that, and I still have this guy to block this guy. He has the Ubulsar. I wouldn't have attacked with that Leonin. I would have definitely attacked with this one. Well, I guess not. I can just block that one infinitely. Which one would I have attacked for? Maybe nothing at this point on if I was him. But anyway, I don't think a lot of people know what this card does, which is fine by me, because that's, you know, that's one of the nice side effects. I am completely willing to sacrifice it. Ubulsar comes in, and I'm going to get rid of his Squadron Hawk. And he only has one card in hand. So I took 3 from that guy. I'm going to Mole Drifter, because that is the thing to do right there. He gave up. Now, I know a lot of what we put into this deck was designed to be frustrating for the opponent, throw them off their game, but this right here seems really, really early. 22 to 18. Now maybe I've given up too early when I've been at really low life. I think it's justifiable. This just seems silly. I guess he's at 1 card, but I'm only at 1 card. I'm not going to be attacking with this. I might be attacking with the Mole Drifter, but that's only 2 damage. He's got plenty of time to do something, anything. And if he equips this Bone Splitter, the odds are my guys aren't going to make it through all the way. Anyway, more rage quits, but I don't think about it at the time, and then I don't block them. Anyway, thank you for watching Magic Gathering Strat. This has been Brennon. I will write one more article about this deck, try to go through a couple more revisions, and then I'm going to move on to a new deck and leave the rest of the revisions to everyone on the boards. I'm going to try to get on to the Pauper to the People boards. I have never joined that forum before, but I'm pretty sure it's open to anyone. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good day.